that dog shit pick. What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Jimnasium with me, XFL Jim, joined by the Storm and Mormon himself. It is Chase, the Wolf of Oaklawn, Lupine Fiasco, Sessoms.
When I do that, you're supposed to cut it out, remember?
No. No.
Okay. That's a good point. You're a grown man. You can do what you want.
Damn
How's it going,
right.
buddy?
It's going real good. We had NFL Conference Championship weekend. The NFL is almost over, but the XFL is right around the corner, baby.
And then right after that, the USFL. We live in the era of forever football. Forever
football is here, and
never not footballing.
Never. NNF. We live in the NNF era right now.
Never not football. It's a close cousin to always be closing. Never not footballing.
So the XFL, I've talked about this with Eric a couple times. The XFL and USFL do overlap for about 3 to 4 weeks.
Uh-huh.
We're going to get a lot of takes of XFL versus USFL.
Bring them on. I'm for it. It'll make both of them better.
We will, I'm with you there. We'll probably be a purveyor of some of those takes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, how many takes you want? I'll give you as many take slices as you prefer. I'll have all sorts of takes.
Preseason, how do you see it going?
Preseason, how do I see the overlap itself going?
The overlap. So the overlap happens end of April, start of May.
Oh, I mean,
the
I think it's
kind of wrapping up, going into the playoffs. The USFL just starting.
Well, I think the overlap is exactly the sort of catalyst that booms the powder keg that turns us into a dystopian society in the future. Like, this is where the Civil War starts in America, whenever people have to choose sides between XFL and USFL.
It very well could. I view it in the lens of the classic 2002 hit single Into Club by 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics saying her girlfriend want to get by and they ready to go.
Yeah.
I believe that is profoundly appropriate for this moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
I think these two leagues, like you said, will become stronger
due
to the competition. And I think just spring football enthusiasts will enjoy this time. It's going to be, because they're probably going to be playing on the same days at the same time. The USFL schedule isn't out yet, but the XFL one is, and they are definitely playing on Saturdays and Sundays, and I can tell you the USFL is probably going to play on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah. I mean, those are good points of view, but I stick with, like, my opinion that this is the setting off point that tears us into two separate nations here in the United States. And it's a hot war. It's a shooting war.
The USFL country, the XFL country.
Yeah, very much. And I mean, there will be no real battle lines because it will be state by state by state. It'll be a lot going to go down in the next few months.
It's going to be an interesting spring rolling into the summer, folks. Let me tell you that. We had some football going on this week. We had some NFL football going on. So we even need to touch on the NFC Conference Championship. The Eagles destroyed the Niners 31-7.
I think we should touch on the game by saying, what could have been? Oh, what could have been? That could have been such a good game, and we, you never find out.
Early.
Yeah. You hate to say for the Eagles, like, well, yeah, they didn't have any quarterbacks. But at the same time, for the 49ers, you hate to say, well, yeah, I mean, they didn't have any quarterbacks. They could have, won that game. Like, we can't say there's absolutely nothing you can glean from it. It was just a shame. It was just a real case of blue balls for NFC fans.
Big blue balls happening. And even, like, Josh Johnson, although he didn't look great.
No, he's
I'll
not.
fully admit that. Like, him getting hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good that it didn't affect his XFL passing or his XFL passer rating.
No, still number one.
Still number one.
XFL legend Josh Johnson, forever in my heart. So I was going through his Wikipedia. You want to go through the stops that he made.
Yes.
So graduated San Diego College, not San Diego State, but San Diego College in 2007. Yep. Tampa Bay Bucks from 2008 to 2011.
That's a long stay.
I think that's his longest stay.
That makes sense.
49ers 2012.
All right.
On the practice squad. Sacramento Mountain Lions, which was a UFL team. Originally the California Redwoods, which would have been way better in my opinion.
That's a cool name.
Cleveland Browns, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati Bengals, 2013. 49ers practice squad again in 2014. Bengals practice squad in 2015. Jets practice squad in 2015. Colts in 2015. Bills in 2015. He did a lot. He doesn't own a home, right?
No, but he's got like the best like tier of rewards at whatever residence in,
whatever hotel chain he's partnered up with, he's at the best rewards. And whatever flight, whatever like airline he uses.
Oh yeah, which is undoubtedly
points.
Which, I mean, he's like me. He's got to save money. He's a thrifty traveler. He takes his business to Frontier Airlines.
Oh yeah, Johnson sponsored by Frontier.
It's not so bad if you buy your own drinks and bring your own snacks.
So that was 2015, and then Ravens practice squad 2016, Giants 2016, Texans 2017, Raiders practice squad 2018, Washington Redskins 2018. Then he stopped over for the little AAF action, San Diego Fleet in 2019. 2019. Lions practice squad in 2019, and then the LA Wildcats XFL legend 2020. The legend is born. 49ers again 2020 and 2021. The Jets in 2021. The Ravens in 2021. The Broncos in 2022, and finally the San Francisco 49ers yet again in 2022.
Jim, I'm not going to lie to you. That was so many names of locations and numbers that I've completely forgotten what we're talking about.
Josh Johnson just been ever. He's just a football
yes,
guy.
Josh Johnson. Yeah, man.
Like he'll just play football wherever. And he has to have the tools. So he's 36. How long do you think he goes on?
Oh, I mean, if Brady is an example, and he's got less wear and tear than Brady, he could play until he's 75.
I feel like he could be a serviceable backup for a good amount of time.
Probably. Like I said, it's not like backups get hit a lot. They stay pretty healthy.
You want to hear who his cousin is? I'm just seeing this on Wikipedia, so take this with a grain of salt.
It's Jack Johnson, isn't it?
It's Marshawn Lynch.
What?
He's cousins with Marshawn Lynch.
Okay.
So he's from Oakland.
Okay. So he's the less notable Lynch. Okay. Except, yeah, a different last name.
Marshawn Lynch.
Does he also like Skittles? I bet he likes Sour Patch Kids.
I bet he's a Sour Patch Kid guy.
Yeah. Which, to be honest, who isn't? Are you not a Sour Patch Kid guy?
I am a Sour Patch guy, but I have the issue where I eat the whole pack and then my mouth feels terrible for a good 10, 15 minutes where I'm just like, bleh, bleh, bleh. Like my tongue feels all cut up.
The secret is to not stop eating them. You just keep eating them. And it's like getting really drunk in the morning and then just like maintenance drinking through the day.
But I feel like my mouth's bleeding.
No, it's flavor. That's flavor is what that is.
I want a blood flavored Sour Patch Kid.
I think you could just like suck on a penny and get the same. So that's what you do is you put a penny in your mouth and then you eat a Sour Patch Kid.
I could bite my lip.
That'd be you. Just go full like professional wrestler and wear wristbands with like razor blades taped inside of them, so you can at any moment you can just like hack your face open and then enjoy a Sour Patch Kid.
I cut my goddamn finger today with some scissors.
Scissors? That takes skill.
Yeah, I was cutting something I was holding it like this.
Yeah.
And just had the scissor right here. The tip must have been too close to my pinky. Just snipped it.
Whew. One time back in the day when I worked construction, I was helping build this deck behind someone's, onto someone's house, and I was holding up a post while my boss was drilling, a hole for like the bolts to go, big massive bolts to go through, and I was holding it, and then I just felt like the sharpest wind just go like right over my thumb, and basically like he missed like taking my thumb off by like centimeters, like because the bit of that spoon bit would have just like ate it up, dude.
Youch. Well, congratulations to the Eagles. You
Yeah,
dominated this game.
yeah, they're gonna be a handful. Like, tell me what position group is the weakness on the Eagles? Go. Trick question, Jim. There is none.
Punter?
I think he punts okay.
I think he punts pretty decent.
If I were going to say Howie Roseman has made any bad personnel move, though, it was getting rid of Dicker the kicker.
Yes.
When they were having that tussle where the benches cleared, you know what I was thinking? Like how Howie Roseman just completely cheated us by getting rid of Cameron Dicker before he could be a part of that.
That would have been awesome.
Dude, when a Dicker the kicker in the middle, dude, he would have been, oh God, he probably would have been throwing haymakers. He would have been the one out there yelling, "What's really hood?" and then like punching everybody.
I'm a fan of just bench clearings in general.
Oh yeah, I thought there were going to be so many more, ejections because people had left the bench. Whenever I was telling my wife, I was like, it's about to sound like the dude's reading the Powerball because he's going to have like 20 numbers to eject. They only set off the two.
Regular season, 100%, but I think they're just like, well, the Super Bowl's coming up.
Yeah, they didn't want to lose anybody for the Super Bowl.
We're not going to eject players right before the Super Bowl.
Right. They should have, though. It would have made me look smarter in front of my wife.
Good job, Eagles. They win the NFC. Bengals 20, Chiefs 23.
So offensive lines do matter, apparently.
Apparently so. When an already hobbled offensive line loses more to injury,
yeah,
it looks like that.
Yeah, it was. I had been thinking, it's like, so what? The Bengals didn't have an offensive line last year, and they made a Super Bowl and almost won it. This won't be a big deal, and it turned out as a really big deal. Way bigger deal than I would have thought. Joe Burrow also just did not look like himself the entire game. It seemed like, I don't know if he like finally just like bought into all of the bullshit that people have been.
That's a worry I have. Like, what if he starts buying into the hype?
Yeah, what if he starts, believing in himself or feeling like extra pressure from it? Because he doesn't stick out as someone who would actually care or anything, but like some just didn't look right, And he did show up dressed like a furry teddy bear, kind of.
That was hot.
It was really hot, man. It was listen, kudos because I couldn't wear it. Well, I could, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I worry sometimes if maybe that's what's up. Like, or I worried, watching it, like, what's wrong? Is he, does he think that he just has this? He's just got it like that?
So quarterbacks, and especially like Joe Burrow in every interview, even in college, they ooze just confidence. You do worry sometimes if they buy, like, you never want to see anyone. This is an extreme example, and I don't think Joe Burrow's anywhere close. But you never want to see anyone turn into a Russell Wilson.
You never want to see anyone turn into a Russell Wilson at all. Broncos country, let's ride.
So
someone had to tell him that was a bad idea, right? And that was going to live on the internet forever.
I think Russell Wilson just surrounds himself with yes dudes, except for the players on his team, and then even maybe he's a robot for sure, but like he just doesn't take other people's advice. Maybe.
Yeah.
So, because I'd be like, "Hey, Russ, that's really cringy. Don't put that out there. You're gonna get blasted for that." He's like, "No, this is great. People are gonna love this."
I'm starting to wonder if he doesn't have just the slightest case of Asperger's.
He might.
Like now when I see like the look in his eyes and just like hear the things he says and see the thing he does, I'm like, he's got some sort of like social disorder, right?
Maybe it's incredibly out of touch wealthy syndrome.
Yeah. Whenever you have more bathrooms in your house than passing touchdowns in the
No,
NFL.
he tied it. He did tie it.
He tied it. That's
He
good.
might have passed it by 1 by the end of the year, but he was like, that was a storyline like the entire year.
Yeah. I would just like to say for the record, how many bathrooms do you need in your house?
I'm maxing out at 2.
2.5, maybe.
I'm maxing out at 2. Yeah,
That's
2.5. Like,
just think
if
if not all of these are full baths, though. How many shitters this man has in his home?
The water bill would be crazy.
I mean, that's if everyone's pooping in all those shitters, you know?
I mean, if I have that many bathrooms, each one's getting. I'm taking every shit is in a different toilet.
I question, though. All right, question. This is important. Is it on a set rotation, or is it like you just Spotify shuffle where you're
I'd have
next?
like a wheel. I'd have a wheel that has each one.
Because everything is much better whenever you have to spin a wheel in conjunction with it.
And each one, like every time you go to a toilet, it would leave the wheel.
Okay. So you just pull the pie piece off the wheel.
Once you're done with the wheel, you just restart it.
Now, if it's a physical wheel that you're spinning yourself and you're pulling off the pie pieces, I posit this scenario to you. Okay. I posit this. It's been a couple times. You've moved a bunch of pie pieces. You're in a jam. You really got to poop. You're spinning the wheel, but you just keep coming up on the dead spots where you've already pulled off the pie piece. At what point do you just rush for the nearest, or are you like?
Well, no, I would have multiple sized pie pieces built, so that once I remove one, I could like put a bigger one there.
So that this never becomes a threat to you. You thought this far ahead.
Exactly.
We've been there before. We've seen this mistake made.
It's happened. Congratulations to the Chiefs.
Congratulations.
Pat Mahomes is great. Travis Kelce somehow was always open.
Yeah.
Martez Valdez-Scantling went off in this game.
For the first time this season, the man went off.
He was the other receiver in this game.
That's what I was thinking. Whenever I was seeing that all go down and just thinking about the pick sports, yeah, he was the other receiver that we've heard about. Man, did you hear? I can't remember who it was, but the guy yelling at Joseph Asai on the walk into the locker room, like very angry. I just missed out on a huge bonus, kind of yelling like, "What? This is my last year. Why would you touch the quarterback?" Like losing his mind. And I was thinking back to myself. I was like, I never really played anything like with any sort of like financial consequences. Like I only played like rec league football where like no one would have done that to you. Like that doesn't happen in Pee Wee. Like when you have grown men who are like feeding their families, seeing things like that. And he felt terrible about it.
He's gonna live with that forever.
Yeah. It was hard. It was hard to watch that. I didn't think it was that late of a hit. And so instantly I took to Twitter and I was like, oh, fuck all the way off with that flag. And then I saw the replay. I was like, yeah, that's pretty. He's pretty out of bounds there.
Yeah, he's pretty out of bounds there.
I mean, I don't know what to say other than Eli Apple ruins everything.
Is there any other player in the NFL? Like, there's plenty of trash talking. Is there any player that talks themselves up so much for how little they do?
I don't think so.
Like, in comparison?
No, I don't think there is at all. Like, he's not good.
By the way Eli Apple speaks, you think he's like a top 5 corner in the league.
Yeah, when he is easily like a bottom 100.
He's not good.
He's not good. I literally think that he just opted out of being a likable person as early as possible.
God damn it, Eli Apple. Congratulations to the Chiefs. The Super Bowl is set. We have the Eagles versus the Chiefs.
There's so many things that you could say. It's the something bowl. So it's the Brothers Bowl because of the Kelseys.
Yep.
It's the Andy Reid Bowl.
Yep.
It's the first 2 African American quarterbacks bowl.
Yes.
There's so many just like storylines with it. With
Hashtag NFL rigged.
And hashtag NFL rigged. I was thinking about that last night. I think that's such bullshit. I do not think the NFL is rigged.
If the NFL ever got discovered as being rigged, I feel like that would be one of the biggest stories, not just in sports, but in history.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I think as long as you have these gigantic men who are paid on performance-based, bonuses and things, like, I don't know.
I don't think it can be. Yeah.
Yeah. Because at some point, like, you have to play so well, you could play well enough to beat the referees, where not even a referee can fuck with what's going down. But at the same time, I don't know.
Also,
It was
the
pretty
gambling
messed
will
up that you saw.
crumble.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And that being essentially the reason why professional sports leagues exist, gambling is they really don't want to do that to the people who keep them alive.
No, bodies would be found.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Goodell would be in a hole in the desert. For sure. Rob Lowe would be buried next to him in an NFL hat. Just a fan of competition.
Are you excited for the Super Bowl?
I am. I don't know. It feels kind of. I did want to see. It feels a little bit anticlimactic because I wanted to see the Bengals in it, but now I think okay, Patrick Mahomes' ankle is going to be fine by that time, so it's not like he's going to be like a severely hobbled, where it's not going to be a good matchup or anything. I mean, I think it's going to be a really good football game. I don't know why I'm sort of lackluster on it. I think maybe because it's Rihanna at halftime.
You're not a Rihanna fan.
I'm not a big fan of Rih. No.
I like Rihanna, and I like that she's kind of been out of the music limelight for the past, feels like a decade almost. I like that she's kind of making a little comeback.
I think I just don't like it when people who I distinctly remember making their rise in popularity start performing on the Super Bowl halftime show, because it means that I'm getting much older.
That's a fair point.
So when they had people I like, I'm like, oh man, I'm an old person. I'm the kind of person who's the kind of music they like is nominated for Grammys now. I'm turning into an old person that
you're
sucks.
You're in a catch-22 though, because it's also you're either that or you're the old asshole who hates the Super Bowl music. It's like, this ain't music.
Right.
Bring back the Who.
Hey, Bruce Springsteen's Super Bowl performance and Prince's Super Bowl performance, 2 of the greatest ever.
Well, I feel like you could just say, you don't even have to say Super Bowl. I feel like you could just say Prince's performance of anything. Any performance he did was probably one of the best performances you've ever seen.
You know who the first Super Bowl halftime performance I distinctly remember was?
No.
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson during the halftime of the Cowboys and the Bills.
Okay.
In 1994. 93, 94.
Can't say I remember it.
Yeah, but it was definitely Michael Jackson. And it's you think now, it's all right, I'm getting people like Michael Jackson. These people have made the Michael Jackson stage of their life, where they can now perform at Super Bowl halftime shows. I personally hope I never make my Michael Jackson stage. I'm just gonna say
it'll happen. It'll happen to everybody.
It will.
We'll be we'll be in our last sort of decade.
Just wearing in a wheelchair, wearing a single glove.
I'd do it.
Fedora tip down.
I would do it.
If you've never heard the Rhyme Fest Michael Jackson mixtape that Mark Ronson did, it is one of the greatest things ever.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I'm gonna have to send you a link. I think I got it on my SoundCloud because I'm hip and young.
I think I'm taking the Super Bowl in the light of the lyrics of the 2002 classic "Into Club" by 50 Cent.
Okay.
You should love it way more than you hate it, and I do think I love this game more than I hate it. Because I had futures on both the Niners and the Bengals.
Yeah.
But I think the Chiefs and Eagles make for a very exciting game.
I think it does. I think that's a sneaky under that game.
I'm definitely going to be playing like a first half under.
Oh, of course.
We should do. I feel like we should do a picks porch just special on the Super Bowl and just make a bajillion Super Bowl picks.
Did we do that last year?
We did. I think we're 1 for 1 so far.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm in. We'll do it. We'll do a halftime of the picks porch where we pick halftime props.
Yes.
And then we'll look at the second half.
Yes. God. Was there any? I didn't pay attention to any other news. I had like the coldest gambling streak this weekend. I went on full tilt.
Yeah.
I lost so many bets. Like, if you guys tuned into the picks porch on Friday, almost all of those bets were losers.
So that's why we're a great team. Was I came through and I picked you up.
Exactly. So, like, generally speaking, if one of us has a bad weekend, the other one does really well.
This is true. I did really well. I was the flip side, luckily this time. But I hate to see you lose. But I love to win. But I hate to see you lose.
I'm trying to see how many I won.
I even gave you some helpful pointers too, Jim.
So I won 15 bets out of. I went 15 and what's 44 minus 15?
That's going to be 29, Jim.
Yeah, I went 15 and 29.
In horse racing, that would have been a very good, percentage.
What are like the average percentages? What's like a good
strike rate
good
on
hit
like
rate?
on like win bets?
Yeah.
Like straight up win bets is anywhere from like 25 to 33%. You can be profitable at 25 to 33%.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah. Whereas like sports gambling, unless you're doing just like crazy parlays and
You got to be
crazy,
at least 53.
Yeah. That's the number that I've heard is you have to hit at 53%. And that covers the juice, the takeout and everything.
I also went to Red Lobster this weekend.
Ooh,
that was the highlight of my weekend.
Did you cheddar bay it?
I had so many cheddar biscuits. I ate my weight in lobster.
It's impressive.
And
you didn't get iodine poisoning either.
No, it's because I'm built different.
That's one of my favorite rap lyrics of all time. I have no idea who said it, but it's I ate so many scrimps I got iodine poisoning. I have no idea. It's one of those forgetful throwaways, but I can't remember who said it, but they did.
I'm also just excited for the XFL. I'm looking to the future.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like we have this 1 week. We have to suffer through this 1 week without football. Then we get Super Bowl week, then it's XFL time.
Goddamn. And then it's every week until this 1 week again.
Yeah. So this is clinically the shittiest week on the calendar.
Yes,
from now on.
This is objectively the worst week
ever, because we live in the land of forever football.
NBA talk real quick.
Okay.
Pat Beverly had the best technical I've ever seen. Did you see that?
Speaking of just built different, he's an Arkansas Razorback.
Did you see the
yes.
technical?
Yes,
where
I
he
did.
Just brought the camera to the ref to show him the call.
Yeah, man. And like judging by the camera that he brought, it wasn't like somebody's, disposable.
No, it was just like some DSLR.
Yeah, man. It was like, hey, I want to know who was the media member who was like, here, take my camera, show him the picture. Or did he literally just he's like snatching whatever camera?
He might have just asked somebody and they're just like, here, take this one.
Yeah, it's awesome. Have you seen the side-by-side clip of LeBron and Paul Dano's flip out from Little Miss Sunshine.
Yes.
And it's amazing, right?
It's amazing.
It is almost perfect shot for shot, too, which is the great part. Have you ever seen someone who gets so many fouls called his way because of who he is throw such a little bitch fit like
That's his
that?
MO, dude.
Dude, like, you are 6'7" and 250 fucking pounds. Get off the goddamn ground and start acting like a man.
It did bring to light, not just for the NBA, but reffing this weekend was pretty bad in general. Like, officiating was pretty bad.
That second half of the Chiefs and Bengals game went to shit. And
real bad. It sours what are supposed to be like marquee great games, because the game was good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just take away, oh yeah, the officials ruined it.
That's right. It was rigged, and the officials ruined it by turning the flag. Yeah, I don't think I'm saying anything that's not true of 99% of football fans, but I really hate it whenever referees insert themselves in as the stars of the show in a game instead of letting things be handled by the players.
Dude, the worst ones to me are when they're like letting them hash it out and they're like letting them get away with stuff early.
Yeah.
And they're doing stuff, and then they decide, oh no, it's the fourth quarter. Now we actually have to start calling it tight.
Right. Like if you haven't called it tight all game, that's not the time to start by any means.
Either set the tone early, and then that's how you're going to face it. If you're going to be calling all the ticky-tacky stuff early, then I'm fine with you guys calling it late.
Yeah.
But, like, set the tone.
Yeah, but it's got to be consistent the entire way through.
It's got to be consistent.
Yeah, it is frustrating. It is frustrating.
God damn. I can't wait. Okay, so we're just going to sit tight, get through this week, then it's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then it's XFL, and we're fine.
So what are you going to do with non-football? What's your plan?
Probably going to jack off a lot.
You stole my plan.
Well, I can not jack off. I could try to experiment.
Someone get
some
beakers and get some beakers and a Bunsen burner and really be scientific with this.
I might try huffing some gasoline.
Listen, there's a Philip Seymour Hoffman film about him becoming addicted to huffing gasoline called, like, I don't know, Dear Liza or something like that, along those lines. And I think you wouldn't have this cavalier devil may care attitude about gasoline abuse if you'd seen it. That's all I'm going to say. His life falls apart, Jim. I don't want to see that happen to you.
I might just get real weird with it this weekend. Like, on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be kind of fun to, like, black out for a whole weekend.
It'd be a good way to remember to forget the shittiest weekend of the year.
Yeah, so just Friday after work, 5 p.m., go home, and just forget everything. Whatever it takes.
I mean, I know I just gave you a stern talking to for the prospect of doing it, but if you can find them, they're always hard to get your hands on, Jim. They move like rumors.
Oh, that'd be a bad idea.
Let's hear it.
Take some shrooms and then just, like, watch scary movies to have the worst trip imaginable.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Take shrooms and then watch the banana splits.
Oh no. That's enough. Just hearing you say that is enough to ruin my life. That's crazy.
So I'm thinking about, like, just amplifying the worst week so that you will never forget it.
Okay.
So it sticks with you for the rest of the year.
Elevate it. Put it on a pedestal of the worst.
Yeah, like,
ever.
So no football, the worst trip I can imagine, and then also find a way to get food poisoning.
I'd go to the grocery store, ask if they have any very close dated seafood.
I'm in Nebraska, so probably.
Yeah. Like anything they were just about to get rid of. That feels like guaranteed food poisoning. Like a lot of close dated tilapia.
I might actually go to a movie, like out to a movie.
Okay.
Haven't done that in forever.
How far of a drive is that for you?
Like 20 minutes.
Okay, it's not that bad.
No, it's not bad.
I wouldn't have been surprised if you would have said like 2 hours round trip.
No. I might get my yearly pants shitting out of the way.
Yeah, do that. I don't want that on the table in Vegas.
It's well, it does. Drinking does exacerbate it sometimes.
Okay, but still, I'd like you to. If it's just the one and done, then I'd like you to get the one.
Well,
I'd like you to be done
guaranteed
with it.
minimum of one, so there's no maximum.
Okay. Because if that happens in Vegas, I'm just taking you to a gas station and hosing you down.
I would expect nothing less. That's what I want. Anyone, if I ever black out and shit my pants, that's what I want the people next to me to do. Is just take me to the nearest, like just leave me outside and put a garden hose on me.
Face down in the parking lot of a Chevron.
Yeah, you just have like the little car cleaner.
Spraying.
I think that's a good spot to end the show.
Yeah, I think so too.
Thank you all for watching. Chase, what do you got going on, buddy?
Yeah, I'm around.
Me too. You guys know where to find us. Thank you all for watching. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time for the Jimnasium. Bye.